It was Seattle's record baseball crowd, topping any previous paid attendance in the city's history. Seattle's baseball fanatics not only jammed every seat in Amos 6 new stadium, but they stood 5 and 6 deep through the stands, and several hundred more crowded out on the playing field, along the foul lines and the outfield fences. Leo Lassen.
Coming into the ballpark, San Francisco was a half game ahead of Seattle. Hutch battled the Seals through the first 5 innings, allowing just 3 scattered hits. Ito Vanni and Freddie Muller both doubled in the third, giving the Rainiers a 3-0 lead.
I was there on Hutch's 19th birthday. I paid my way in, and I ended up in the outfield, and there were 3 deep around the outfield.
There was a ground rule that if anything hit into the fans out there was a 2-base hit.
Somebody hit a ball off Hutch, and Bill Lawrence was the center fielder, and he went over to cut the ball off. And I can remember so vividly saying, "Get away from that ball, get away from that ball, get away from that ball." And so he could get it before it got in the crowd.
Trouble loomed darkest in the 6th inning, when Hutch's control betrayed him. Loading the bases with 2 walks and a single, Freddie walked in the Seals' first run. Hutch called time and slowly walked towards the Rainiers' dugout. An anxious Lelivelt asked him what was the matter. Fred quietly replied, "I'm thirsty. I want a drink of water." Hutch gathered himself, returned to the mound, and shut the Seals down. In the 9th, Dominic DiMaggio lofted a fly ball into the waiting glove of left fielder Mike Hunt, ending the game.
19 wins is Hutch's record this morning. The Iceman not only blew out all the candles on his birthday cake, but his fastball went whoosh past the San Francisco hitters as the remarkable Rainier Valley pitcher won a stirring victory. Seattle Post-Intelligencer.
It seemed like an unmatchable achievement, and yet, 5 days later, when the Sacramento Solons came to town, the young Hutch outdid himself.
August 24th, 1938. Last night, the husky young Seattle Ace put on one of the niftiest one-man exhibitions this city has ever seen. Here's all the boy did. Strike out a dozen men, win his 20th victory and 5th shutout of the season. Have a perfect night at the plate. 2 singles, a walk, a mighty home run over the right field fence, driving in a total of 4 runs, scoring 3 himself. Hutch simply had the Solons handcuffed. Fred Hutchinson 9, Sacramento 0. Leo Lassen.
Jack Lelivelt would call it the greatest one-man exhibition he had ever seen in all his years of baseball.
One year, I'm playing with Fred. I'm his catcher. And we won all our games. We were the champions of the city. And he was a good friend. And the next year, I'm walking down the sidewalk, and here's this hero. You know, this is the kid. He's 19, same as me. You can't believe how big he really was with that team at that time in that stadium. He won 25 games and lost 7. Nobody wins 25 games anymore.
With Hutch's spark, Rainiers' fever caught fire. Seattleites watched as the Rainiers climbed up the standings to within 2 games of the league-leading Los Angeles Angels. But the season ended before the Rainiers could close the gap. Nevertheless, their second-place finish was their best in 14 years.